Hi guys, and welcome back to another video. Sorry it's been a while. I've been busy revising. I've got tons of exams coming up, so that's the reason why I haven't been making as many videos recently. And also I wasn't very well a few weeks ago as well. But I'm back now, and hopefully to bring you lots more videos in the future. So yeah, let's get into some more videos. So today we're going to be talking about who I think will replace Ralph Little in Death in Paradise. As a few weeks ago, Ralph Little in the TV show, his character Neville Parker, exited Death in Paradise and left the show completely, along with Florence as well, and they went off together. A bit of a weird ending, but wasn't terrible, but it wasn't bad either. It was just kind of a strange exit, but yeah. It made more sense, I thought, if Ralph Little had left last series, because that series was absolutely amazing, in my personal opinion. So, yeah. This series wasn't as good, but it was still enjoyable nonetheless. But yeah, let's get back into the main topic. Who do I think will replace Ralph Little in Death in Paradise? I mean, the obvious names that I keep on seeing are Martin Clumes all the time. Yeah, Martin Clumes everywhere, and Simon Bird, who obviously played Will in The Inbetweeners. Those are the two names that are on all the newspapers and stuff like that. So I don't really think it's going to be them, because I think that's a bit obvious if it is them. So I think, and also the guy who plays Gavin in Gavin and Stacey, he's been thrown around in there as well. But yeah, you never know. But the people I would like to see is a guy called Jason Watkins. Now, you've probably heard of him. Well, you probably haven't heard of his name, but you've probably heard of the characters. But has anybody ever seen, if you've ever seen McDonald and Dots, he was in that and he played the detective, and it was really brilliant in that, and I could see him doing a similar kind of thing for Death in Paradise, and he was absolutely amazing in McDonald and Dots. He was also in the Nativity films playing Mr. Shakespeare. Don't know if you remember that. Those films were great in the 2010s. Love them completely. Yeah, so he was really great in that, and I could see him being the new detective, because he kind of gives me those kind of vibes of a Death in Paradise detective, and I think he would do brilliant. The other possible thing I was thinking about was Chris Marshall coming back to Death in Paradise, because as you guys probably know, he's got his own spin-off at the moment, Beyond Paradise, and that's doing brilliantly. I love it. I think at the moment that's better than Death in Paradise in certain points of the series so far that I've watched. Yeah, but I really think that he could maybe at the end of the series suddenly move back to, Saint Marie, Saint Marie, which would be interesting, and would love to see that as well. But my other names I've got in my head are, now, a lot of people might think this is a bit of a long shot and it might not happen. Shane Ritchie. I think Shane Ritchie would be a truly amazing, truly amazing Death in Paradise detective. Because Shane Ritchie, he's funny, he's a great actor. I mean, in EastEnders he played Alfie Moon, that charming, but also he kind of has a side to him as well that's interesting as well, and he's quite a joker and all that kind of stuff. I can definitely see him being a Death in Paradise detective, but is he too cool to be a Death in Paradise detective? I think probably he is a bit too cool to be a Death in Paradise detective, but I still think that he would do a really great job, because it's Shane Ritchie, and Shane Ritchie's an absolute legend. I think he's a great actor, and I would love to see him as the new Death in Paradise detective. Let me know what you guys think. Do you think Shane Ritchie would make a good Death in Paradise detective? Because I think he would do. Yeah, the other person who I've been thinking about taking over the role was David Mitchell. I think David Mitchell would make a really great Death in Paradise detective as well, because he's kind of that kind of awkwardiness, which I think would really work for Death in Paradise, because most of the detectives have been awkward, and he kind of gives me those kind of Ben Miller vibes. Like, would he be a bit like Ben Miller? I would have said like Robert Webb, but as he's already been in the series, it kind of takes away from the point that he could be in it, because he was in it last series, which is a bit too close to say that he would make a good Death in Paradise detective, because he's already been in it once. But Ralph Little was in it once, but that was a long time before he even did that. I think it was like nearly 10 years before he even made his appearance as Neville Parker. So I think that, yeah, like Robert Webb or David Mitchell, I think would do really great. But yeah, those are the kind of names I've got in my head. But Shane Ritchie, I think, would do an amazing job, and I'd absolutely love to see Shane Ritchie playing the Death and Paradise Detective. But I mean, Jason Watkins, I could see happening. I could see that happening because he just seems like a great actor, and he is really good in that McDonald and Dots that was on ITV a few years ago now. Yeah, he was amazing in that, and I would love to see him pull off that as well. That'd be amazing. Some people have also said Romesh Ranganathan. I think, yeah, Romesh. Yeah, I think Romesh would be brilliant as a Death and Paradise detective as well. But I don't know whether that will happen. But I mean, it would be great. It's very funny. It's normally the people who kind of get picked up when we kind of have a comedy background, normally a connection to sitcoms. So that's why I kind of list the people I have, even though I don't think Shane Richie's ever been in sitcoms. I'm not really sure, but he's a funny guy anyway, so I could see him kind of being in that as well, which would be very interesting. That's why I said David Mitchell and things like that. But I don't think it's going to be Martin Clumes. I don't think so. I mean, if it would be, yeah, sure, that would be right. Everybody's got their dream fan casting of casting Martin Clumes as Death and Paradise detective, and yeah, sure, it'd probably be great. I don't know whether it would actually happen. And also Simon Bird's, see Will from the In Betweeners. I don't know. I don't think he would do it, but you never know. You never know, dear. So yeah, those are kind of the main picks, obviously. Shane Ritchie, Jason Watkins, David Mitchell, Romesh as well. Those kind of people that I could see maybe possibly being the next Death and Paradise detective, but I really don't know. I mean, it would be interesting to see all of them play it and how they would play it, but I still think Shane Ritchie would be like a cool detective. So that would be fairly interesting as well. And I'm trying to think though of other people who would make a good Death and Paradise detective. But those are the main ones. Also, maybe someone like Johnny Vegas. That would be interesting. But that would just be I think maybe he's too comical for it. I don't know. I don't know how you would do it. But I think Johnny Vegas would be quite good and very funny as well. But yeah, you need to get somebody who has the energy, but they also have the seriousness and the comedy as well. You got to find like a balance between the two. So I don't know who will be the next Devon Paradise detective. It might be a person you've never heard of. You never know. You just never know. But yeah, I think any of those people would be amazing. Also, maybe Rob Brydon. That'd be fairly interesting as well. But I don't know. I really don't know who would be a perfect one. As I've said, Shane Ritchie. I still think that he would do amazingly. David Mitchell, I think he would do incredible as well. Obviously, Jason Watkins, who I mentioned earlier, I think he would do a great job as well. But it could be anybody. Those are kind of just the suggestions, and I don't know what you guys think in the comment section below. What you think about it, and who do you think will take over? Obviously, Ralf Little did it for 4.5 years of the Death and Paradise Detective, which makes him the longest serving Death and Paradise Detective, because Chris Marshall did it for 4 years, Arlo Hanlon did it for 3, and I think Ben Miller did it for 3 as well. So yeah, kind of all of them really. But I hope you enjoyed the video. Please remember to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in a video soon enough. And bye for now. See you.